Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here I'm gonna talk about if statements in the form of a guessing game. Um, so if statements are basically like you give the computer two things and it chooses between those two things. Like it gives if you make an if statement, the computer decides. So uh the first thing of my guessing game will just be one of these comments. So comments, I've already explained this, but comments are basically like if you uh if you find something really confusing in your code, and so that way when you're running through it again, you could write a comment next to it, like um and you'll know what that code is about based on the comment that you wrote. So it's basically like a sticky note. So the first line of our code is going to be a variable, and that variable is called secret number, and that variable's value is 5. Now, my second line is going to send the message that says, "Can you guess what the number is?" So basically, the secret number that they don't know is 5. And then this says, "Can you guess what the number is?" And then I made another variable called guess. So guess, when you put an input function, it'll say, it's basically requesting for you to give that variable a value. So you can also write a message after an input function, but if you do that, it will turn it into a string. So I said my guess, I made a variable called guess, and I'm requesting the person who is playing my game to give me a value for guess. Now guess also has a message that says your guess. And then because this is a message, that means it's a string. So what'll happen is in order for them to type in a number, you have to not make that a string. So you have to trick the computer. So even though this is words, you can still force the computer to think that it is a number by casting. So if you use this command, guess equals int, and then in parentheses you put the variable that you want to change, then the int function will turn that variable into an integer. You can also do it in vice versa. Instead of an int, you can add a string. That's str. Now, let's talk about if functions. So, I'm giving the computer two variables. Now, it says if, here, let me run it. Okay, can you guess what the number is? That's what this says right here. And then it says, guess your guess. So what it's doing right here, the reason it stopped is because of this input function. It's asking me to assign guess's value. So I will assign it 4. Alright, enter. Incorrect, because secret number 5 and guess, their values were different. So if this int function says secret number, and you have to use two equal signs, because if you use one equal sign like up here, that's just assigning a value. So in that way, so you have to put 2 to make it like deciding, like is secret number equivalent to guess, and then you add to I forgot the name for this, like it's a colon, I don't remember, I think it's a colon, and then if secret number and guess values were equivalent, it would do this. So if you click enter and you write inside of this if statement, it will, this little line is being basically like, this if statement owns this line. So if this is correct, it will activate or execute this line. So okay, when it is executed, it will print each command that is inside of its that it owns. Sorry. And another thing that you could do would be, you can make it like if it's not equivalent, like this, it'll say incorrect. And how you do that, instead of, if you put two equal signs, it'll just end up the same thing as this. So what you have to do is put an exclamation sign and an equal sign. Because usually exclamation signs mean like warning or something is incorrect. Like, you know those upside down triangles with an exclamation sign? Yeah, it's like one of those. Like warning. Like something is incorrect. So if you do exclamation sign and an equals, it'll mean if it is unequivalent. If it's two equal signs, it is it equivalent? And then if it's an exclamation and an equal sign, it means if it is unequivalent. So if secret number's value and guess's number's value is unequivalent, then it will print incorrect, like it has done right here. So what if we get it correct? Well, I'm hoping to make it so that it prints you got it right. Like, okay, so if I guess correctly and I say that, and I guess that the number is 5, it'll say you got it right. Now, remember when I made a calculator? I was working on a calculator, so it's not quite finished yet, but I have just put in if statements in. So now, what I can do is, if I get lost, I can put in these comments. So I guess I'll put in a comment right now. If this line is seen if input function if input function's value is equivalent to 3. So I can use comments so that when I'm going through this, I know what is happening. Now, in this, we only have one thing. This if statement is only owning one thing. But on this, it's owning a lot of different things. So, what if you can actually also, okay, this is gonna ruin my code, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. Alright. We can add another if statement inside of an if statement. If, oh yeah, you can also add else. No. else print wait, yeah, sorry, else print hello. Oop. Just one little thing on these codes will mess it up. World. Boom. So yeah, that's basically this else command. Else command is saying, if input function's value is not equivalent to 3, then print hello world. Of course, that doesn't make any sense, but that was just an example. Don't mess up anything. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to use my code on feel free to use any of my tips on if you have any code, or show me any code in the comments. I'll try to fix the comments. But I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll try to make one tomorrow. Goodbye.